Let's start. So, intro class. In last class, what we discussed about introduction class about Snowflake DBT, ADF, and about project and what are the topics we're going to discuss in that class. So this is whatever intro class. Just I will quick recap it. Okay. So we going with Snowflake DBT, AWS, and ADF. Okay. So this is like real-time like healthcare data migration project. Okay, so technology we're going to use so SQL in Snowflake. We can call it like SnowSQL. Snowflake is a like cloud data warehouse. So S3 bulk storage we're going to use, and ADF Azure Data Factory. So sorry, this is something mistake. It's not bulk storage. Okay, S3 bucket. This is a bulk storage, and DBT is a ELT tool, and for reporting, we're going to use a Power BI. So we are not doing, so we'll give an idea. So Snowflake is SaaS model, so no infrastructure, no need to install anything, hardware or anything. So directly to completely managed by the Snowflake. So domain we're going to work on healthcare domain. So like we're going to receive data like so patient data, claims like insurance claims, billing. So pipe means clinical records. So not only these doctors data, so medicine, prescription. So different countries, different hospitals, branches like that. So we have like OLTP and OLAP stuffs like okay. So Oracle is a OLTP. So Snowflake, Redshift, BigQuery. So these are the OLAP. So what we're going to do OLAP for reporting analytics aggregations, we're going to use the OLAP system for historical analysis. And OLTP is like transaction process. Suppose we're going to do payment side with Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm with other services. So those are insert delete update handled in the OLTP system like Oracle. Okay, for the example. So those are daily updates, right? So Snowflake pricing like a pay as use model. It like what you use, you need to pay for that only. Suppose I'm taking 2 TB from Snowflake, so 1 TB active data, there is no 1 TB, there is no active data. So for that, no need to pay. So no active data. So what we need to pay for this one for active. We need to pay for this one. Okay. So this is a pay as use model. And clusters we discussed, okay, and again we're going to discuss and building. So it is a multi-cluster warehouse, okay. So auto scale in and out, okay. So one cluster, so there are multiple users, it's going to add a more cluster automatically. So layers, storage layer, compute layer, and cloud services. Then sorry, so some zero copy cloning on feature time travel KC types. So incremental data processing. One second. So here, okay, sorry, incremental data processing and dynamic tables. Okay, go with that record video, then you will get to idea that upload in the YouTube, right? The first introduction class. So go with that video, you will get one idea. Okay, so iceberg tables, dynamic tables. Okay, so what is normalization, denormalization, streams, like incremental data processing, okay, and we use CS files. Okay, workflow is Oracle to or ETL. Okay, so using S3, then Snowflake, then ELT, then reporting tools, security. So hierarchy, RBS, role based access control, account admin, system admin, customer roles, users. Then grants, usage, select, insert, execute like that. Okay, masking policy for sharing sensitive data. So there are three ways for data sharing. Okay, direct share, indirect share, and Snowflake marketplace. So use the different function procedures, and why DBT we're going to use version control, lineage graph, documentation, test, and the cloud scheduler. So GitHub integration we going to do. So this is one chain condition in the DBT. Okay. So layers. What are the layers in the Snowflake? Raw layers, staging layer, curator. These are standard, but in real time, as per the team depends. we have like a presentation layer, final layer, transformation layer, and reporting layer. So in DBT, we have staging, intermittent, mark, and there are also core like that, and snapshot layer also for historical data. So normalization, denomination. Okay, so multiple tables, less latency, using ULTP. So some examples. Okay, so what we're going to do, and models. Okay, we table incremental FML. Okay, and command with the TBT commands. So where we're going to use ref for the source and what are the receipts, folder. Okay, so Ginger templates it fails for loop. Okay, so TBT test not unique accepted values test list. Okay, so these are we discussed in the intro class. Okay, the final summary. Okay, so now what we going to do? So knowing concept like zero capital in time travel, so we can get from anything, right? Anywhere we can get using Google or ChatGPT or YouTube. So that is a basic thing. But so what is your approach when you are working on real time? So you need to know about complete theory. So what is data? What is migration? What is data modeling concept? So what are the tables? So when we receive data, so with the data, what we going to do? So what is the final output? Okay. So what is the business logic we're going to apply? So these details we need to know. So if you know these details, okay, so then you will get real-time experience, real-time work experience. So without though this knowledge, so learning only syllabus, zero copy cloning, time travel, loading data, some data cleaning, transformation. So that is basic thing, okay, basic thing. But we need to know out of it what we going to do in real time. What is the project? So those also we will do in real time. So those are features in the Snowflake. But what we going to do? We need to know about complete environment. So who are our team members? Okay, project. So what type of tables we going to receive? How many tables? How many columns? Okay, so those we going to discuss today. Okay, this is completely intro about project. Okay, so in last class we discussed about Snowflake and DBT introduction. What is it? Now we're going to discuss about so what is a project and which type of project we're going to handle, data migration project. So those concepts we're going to discuss now. Okay, so don't get feel bored when I'm teaching the theory, because the theory is very important. If you know theory, so using Google and ChatGPT you can learn the concept. Okay, you can take the data, you can copy and paste, or you can do some transform, you can learn it concept. So that is basically not enough. The theory is very important. So always go with theory, then go with practical, then go with real time scenarios. This is like learning way. Okay, any tool you got to learn. So now we going with project introduction. Okay, so what is our project? It's a data migration project. So is my voice is clear to everyone, right? So
Yes,
So, to data migration project. Okay. So it's like analytics project. Okay. Project. So uh, we need to analyze the data. Okay. So it is like completely regarding healthcare domain. So you're going to put in resume healthcare domain only. Okay. Don't put bank project. It's going to be difficult to clear the entry. You can put healthcare domain or retail project. That is the best thing. So health, and also we have a lot of projects. So in present, in I be some companies are going only healthcare projects on. Okay, healthcare domain we going to, okay, healthcare project. So from the legacy system, we are getting the data from legacy system to into Snowflake. So in between we are using for transforming, so DBT we are using. Okay, so what they will provide, so we're going to receive multiple files. So I show some tables, right? Patient detail appointments, that is basic thing. So in real time we're going to have the hundreds of tables, 200 tables with millions of rows, and with more than 100 columns, like that we're going to have in real time. So basic tables are like we have patients tables. Okay, and appointments, claims, billing, okay, doctor visit, incident information, incidents, like that. Okay, so what are the sources of? So first thing, so you need to know what is source and what is a target. Source is like we have Oracle database, then SQL Server, then we're going to receive like flood files from the hospital systems. So like CSV, JSON, pathway, okay, from the third party vendor fields. Okay, we're going to receive files. So where we're going to get these files into S3 bucket. So those are like claims, billing, about patient details. Okay, so some incident data. Okay, legacy reports, part data. So first, I will explain one more time what is workflow. So Oracle to or SQL Server. Okay. So here they're going to use ETL tool Informatica like that. Then it will goes to S3 or bulk storage that is we have contained in the ADF. Okay. Then after Snowflake is a raw layer, then to DBT for transformations, then it's going to create a layer, create a layer. So or we can call smart layer. Then after that, we're going to change it like Power BI team. So Power BI Tableau, so reports. Okay. So what are the environments we're going to use here? Okay. So in dev environment like development. Okay. So this is who going to work developers. We going to work here develop. We going to develop the data. Okay. We're going to work here. That is dev environment. So unit testing and some frequent changes we're going to do in this development work. Like suppose I'm receiving duplicate data or any null values, so we're going to clean that and we're going to do some transformation. That in the dev environment, and also going to do unit test UIT. Then test environment. Here we can call QA, test and QA. Here we're going to do some integration part for testing the data. Integration testing, business validation, so data recognition. Okay, integration testing, business validation, data recognition. Okay, these we're going to do in the testing. So after that, what we're going to prove. So this is very important. So in this code, what we're going to have completely like fact and dimension tables and normalization tables. So first we're going to receive data like denormalization. But after we need to normalize the data. So that is we have star schema, source schema, right? Denormalization, normalization. Okay. We need to normalize that. Okay. No worries. I will teach everything. I will give everything knowledge. Okay, so this one improved what is going to this is completely final certified data. So it's going to run on the jobs run. So only schedule and jobs run, we need to run the jobs. So some commands we need to provide in the DBT. Okay, so everyone no need to have the access this one, so it will have some restricted access, and this is certified data. So next, database naming. Okay, how we going to give the database name? The result. These are the environment dev test store. Okay. So how we going to give? So suppose dev health DB and QA health DB, then pro health DB. So these are standard. Okay. These are standard. But real time how we going to have? So there are 80 numbers. So I am Madhu. I'm going to have separately one database. Okay. So because of there are different persons are working, right? So they are going to work. So in real time, we're going to have one database on our name also. Okay. So this is practically we do in real time. So I am Madhu. I have one Madhu, Abhi, 1 DB Avinash, 1 DB Kavya, 1 DB Sagar. So like that, we individually going to because of so we have zero copy cloning, right? So we need to everyone have individual work. So after that, we need to command that work for that. So we have so multiple database, not only Dev Health DB, QA Health DB, Prod Health DB. So we also have sometimes on our names also, on the team members. Okay, so you need to know those things. Okay, then only you will get real time experience. So these are the main environments. Okay, and So then go with next layers. So this is the first question into the last. So where are you going to load data? What is layer? Okay, from which layer to which layer? So what is the data in the one layer and what is the data in the second layer? Like so, first we going to load data into the layers. So what is the layer? So raw layer. This is the first layer. Okay, raw layer. So exact copy of source data here. So we have going to have the exact copy of source data. So without no transformations. So used for audit and replay this data in raw layer. So next layer is like staging layer. So what is staging layer? This one have like data clean data. So clean data. Without clean data means so without duplicates and without null values and trim. We're going to use trim. So if any unnecessary spaces are there, so we're going to remove those data. So that is like data clean, clean data. So no duplication here. Okay. So no duplication here. We don't have any duplicate data here. Deduplication we can call it. So deduplication. And here we got standard name. Standard. So naming we need to give to the tables and columns. Standard name. Okay. So after that, which layer we have curator layer. So the curator layer we have. So what is exactly curator layer? So this is like we can call also mark layer. So as per the depends on the team, they're going to have the so different names. Okay, create and mark layer. So these are so this we going to apply. So business logics. Okay, so what they need. Suppose I'm dealing with I'm selling one mobile phone or I'm selling one laptop. Okay, I have one company selling one laptop. Okay, building the product. So I need to know about what is the selling price, what is the total sales, if there is any loss, what is the loss, if there is any profit, what is the profit. We need to know everything, right? So for this year, but so as well as I need to compare with the last year, and as well as I need to compare with the last 10 years. Okay, so we're going to use those details and we're going to give next. We're going to use new product, right? Then we're going to give the best one. So depends on the last 10 years. Need to take the feedback and everything. So what are the features we need to change in that laptop or mobile? Okay. So how we going to do? How we going to do the promotions? So what type of promotion we need to do? So everything we need to apply on the business logic. So apply here in this curator layer. So here we have fact tables. Okay, fact like we have star schema and Snowflake schema, right? So in fact table we have numeric data like patient ID, doctor ID, hospital ID, store ID, medicine store ID. So those we have fact tables. In dimension tables, what we have? So description data like doctor name, patient name, store name, so mail ID, okay, city name, country names. Those are we have in the dimension tables. This is in star schema. In Snowflake schema, we also have the subdimension tables. Okay, so these, so are we going to give the name here? Okay, fact table. Okay, fact underscore patient details. Okay, dim underscore patient details. This is subdim underscore patient, like that we're going to give the names to the tables or models. So these are the in the these are the curator layer. Okay, business logic, fact and dimension table. So we're going to have, okay, so these data used by the this data used by, so with whom BA tools, Power BI, Tableau, so some other tools. This is okay in Snowflake. And then come to the DBT. So what are the layers? We need to know about DBT. Okay, so if you know any every concept of Snowflake, then we need to concentrate on DBT. This is very important because of there are lesser people who are working on the DBT. So you need to have good knowledge because you need to have good knowledge. Okay, so what are you going to do? So first we're going to create models. So in staging, okay? Then in intermediate, okay, in intermediate layer we have. So here we have intermediate layer. Then we have Mars layer. So Mars layer is same like fact and dimensional tables. Okay, this. So in staging, what type of data we going to have? In staging, we going to have the what type of data? Cleaning raw data here. So first, when we loaded data in Snowflake, we need to give the proper setup to with the DBT with the username or password, account identifier, database or warehouse, then database name, okay, then schema name. Okay. So we need to give the proper naming. After that, only we need to create the models. Okay, first we need to fetch. We need to access those data, right? What we have in the Snowflake. So for that, we need to write the models in the staging. So that is on the cleaning data, and we need to rename the columns and cost using cost. So we need to change our data types cost. Okay, in SQL concept data types we need to change the so data type as per the requirement that we need to do in the models. Then come to the intermediate layer. So see here what we going to do. So we need to apply the same. We need to change the these tables. So what we have tables in the staging, we need to join those tables in the internet layer. So here we will do. So multiple tables we going to change and we're going to apply the so business rules. Okay. Then Mars layer. So what is a Mars layer? Here we have fact tables, dimension tables. So it is reporting ready data. This one. So this is we going to do. Then next what we going to use, okay, here incremental data handling. Okay. So every time we're going to receive data, today I'm receiving 100 records. Next day I'm going to record these 100 records. Today what I'm receiving and some new records or any updates or any deleted records. So I'm going to receive next day and third day again today and tomorrow and the day after tomorrow some new rows. Again we're going to receive those data. That is incremental data. Okay, when we discussing about types of nodes, we will get an idea. Okay, so incremental data handling. So how we going to handle incremental data? So in Snowflake using streams, CDC change data capture, task, merge statement like that. Okay, yeah. So what are the most of the data? Which type of tables we going to receive? New patients. Okay, new patients. Then updated so updated claims, okay, what are the claims, right? Instance claims. Then what corrected bill. Suppose first you need to pay the bill. After we will get some okay, funds right from government or any health services like health services. They will get some of this right. So that what corrected bills. This one. So what are the tools we're going to use here for this handling this incremental data? So we're going to use tools streams. Okay, streams we're going to use. Then task we could use. Then med statement. So med statement. Then here CD type to slowly change the dimension. Okay, we have type 0, type 1, type 3, type 4 like that. So in real time we're going to implement so many types type 2 and type 1. So we're going to implement ACD type. So this one. Then use what is a real healthcare use with ACD type 2. So with this completely patient address changes and incidence plan changes and doctor assignments. Okay, patient address, incidence plan, and doctor assignment. Okay, those are changes we need to capture. Okay, so how we going to maintain these things? How we going to so using what start date here to use start. Then we're going to use end date. We're going to use is current flag. We're going to current. What is the flag? Is anybody having the idea? Flag, current flag. True or false like that. We have current flag. So these we're going to use.
Something like yes, no date flag, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, current flag. So these we're going to. So then what we do next step? Okay, first. So in Snowflake, one after creating the account, what need to have? So first we need to go with okay. So warehouse creation. So warehouse creations. This is the mandate. Okay. So this is in real time the admin going to create the warehouse. So after warehouse, next what is the priority? Database. Database. Then what is the one? Schema. Then after so tables, okay, and waves, uh, MATLAB views, UDF procedures, okay, file formats, functions, UDF functions, store procedures. So secure views, okay, we have different, right? So those things we under comes on this, okay. So priority is like warehouse, database, schema, table, so views. These we take. So we will create the warehouse. No worries how. So usage. First we go with raw loads, then the transformation, then where queries. Okay, so first, what is the stages? We need to have some stages, right? So from where we are getting data, from we need to load data into the Snowflake from the stages. So what are these stages? So AWS S3 and then Azure bulk storage. Okay, so no worries when I'm saying some going to repeat. Why? Because of we need to know the flow. Okay, we without telling stages is three. So then if I skip, you will get for what is it? You will forget. You don't know what is the workflow. So first we need to go with proper way. Okay, stages S3 and Azure bulk storage we have, right. So from that we also we go into Azure bulk storage. Then GCS. So that is using GCP. We go into the data. These are the stages. What stages? External stages, not internal, external stages. So what is the flow here? So CSV file, okay? CSV files or maybe uh, JSON also. JSON. We're going to discuss of JSON also. So we have other form like barcode, ever. Okay, those also we have. And then these are loaded to the external stages. External stages like S3 and Azure One and GCP external stages. So then where we go next, copy into raw table. So where we going to create this raw table in Snowflake. On Snowflake, okay. So this is how we will get data. Okay, how we will get S3 Azure budget. So to the stages, to the S3. Where we will getting this data from sources. I have explained, right? Sources, Oracle, that SQL Server. So these are sources starting explained, right? So Oracle Server, SQL Server, some other from the health systems. We going to receive that data into these external stages data. So after that, what we do? So after that, we going to handle this data. We need to go with healthcare required state security. How we going to handle this data using RBAC. So RBAC is nothing but a role-based access control. Suppose here we are 10 numbers, right? Okay, we have 10 numbers. Okay, so everyone won't do every work. Okay, so Abhi is doing some work. So Avinash is going to create tables. So Kavya going to load the data. Sagar will be the transformation. Shekhar will be the like team leader. Shama will do some work. Vamshi will do some work. Like Ganesh will do some work. So there are team members. Suppose we have 10 members. So 10 members are going to do the different works. So after that, we're going to sum this work. I mean, we're going to combine this work, right? So for that, we need to know about RBAC, role-based. So access control. Here, what we need to do? So I'm creating database. Okay, someone is going to create the tables like that. So we need to implement this one. Okay, and masking policy for PII data, secure views, audit logs. Okay, so some columns we going to mask in real time, like patient name, email, phone number, SSN, instance ID. Those are we going to hide those data. So what is a team structure in real time? It may be like team members, like two maybe 12 numbers, okay, to 12 numbers. Okay, so what are their roles? Okay, we have RBS, right? Role based access. What are their roles? So first, business team. This is from client side. So we need to know about from client side some details. We need to know. Okay? So if you know, not only developer in future, you can work with admin as a team lead. okay, analyst, okay, you can work anything. There's a different roles we have in Snowflake, right? Like can work as anything, any role you can work. Okay, so this is like client team. So what they will provide the data. Client provide the data. So those data like and they will also they will provide the data and they will define the business rules. So what they need, businesses they will give. They won't apply the business rules. We need to apply those rules on the data. We need to apply those rules on the data. The first thing. So client. So that is a business team. So they will give some CSV files, JSON files. Okay. So what they have. Okay. We need to apply business rules. Then they will give how we need to validate data. So validate reports. So valid reports they will provide. So next we go to the project manager. Project manager. So what he will do, he will plan. He will do the planning and what are the timelines. We need to give, submit the data. Then coordination. He will coordinate the everyone. We need to going to go to the everyone coordination and are you going to come client communication. Client communication. With the client, you need to communicate. This is client communication is going to do. So then after, so what we're going to do, we're going to work next. This is project manager. So next we have data architect, right? Data architect. So what he going to do? So design what is going to be design the data. So model. What is the data model? So we have star schema and snowflake schema, right? So that is the data model. We going to design the data model. Then after we going to define the layers. So everyone not going to do every work. So individually they have some work, some roles. Okay. So we're going to define the layers in the Snowflake or in DBT or in both this one. So we're going to check the like performance, how they're going to perform. So he will check performance starting. And so next who comes? Snowflake admin. So he can access every data from the entire Snowflake account. He is the owner of the Snowflake account, not Snowflake. So we have Snowflake account, right? When we creating the Snowflake account, so we are the one like the Snowflake admin. Okay? He is the owner of the Snowflake account. So what he will do, he will set up this account and going to create the warehouses. Then we're going to use security. So in RBAC role based access control. So we have some sensitive data, right? For that, we're going to give the security to the complete data. Then you're going to monitor the cost monitoring. So from where you're going to monitor cost monitoring using resource monitors, the Snowflake. So that concept also I will teach. Okay. Remember, who going to do intro? They're going to ask about monitoring. How you monitor the data? That is not work. It's done by the admin. But I know nowadays they are asking everything, right? Okay. So we need to tell, okay, I know how to monitor, but in real time I didn't get chance to monitor because of so in my team the admin is monitoring the monitoring. Okay, you need to tell like that. Okay. So Snowflake admin. Okay. So client, business team, project manager, data architect, Snowflake admin. Then who comes? So ETL, okay, ADF, or the developer, or we. We comes next. We comes next. So what we do? What we do? Extract data. We need to extract data from source systems. Load. So we don't come here. Okay, we'll done with the ETL team. Right? So load. We need to load data into source system. From source system to we need to extract data from source system to into S3. AWS S3. We need to transfer the data. So from source to S3 bucket. So that will be done by the ETL team who knows Informatica, our center, those okay, extract load those data from source into the Snowflake. So we're going to schedule some pipelines. S3 or bulk storage. Okay? Yeah. So after that, next who comes? Next we go Snowflake developer. comes here. So what is going to do Snowflake developer? So when we have data in S3 bucket or bulk storage or GCP, so in real time we're going to work with S3 bucket only. No, it is when you have data in S3 bucket. Okay, so we need to create the tables. Okay, then we need to create the streams. Then we need to create the procedures. So why procedures? When we are loading the data, suppose I have multiple files in the S3 bucket and I have multiple target tables in the Snowflake. So if I load copy command, so one file to one table, it will take a lot of time and it will take also cost and time, right? For that, when you try the procedure, I need to load data from multiple files to the multiple tables. For that, we're going to use procedures. Okay. So in copy command also we can create procedures and we can use the call function procedures. Okay. So not only procedures, we're going to create Snowpipe also for handling the live data, continuous data. These things. Okay. So this is regarding like streams. Okay. Streams. Okay. And then some procedures. Then what we will do, performance tuning, going to check everything. Performance tuning like checking warehouse and query profile and SQL queries. So we need to handle. Okay, this is developer. We going to do this work, creating tables, target tables, okay, and streams and the store procedure. Everything we going to. This is procedure. Then performance tuning. So performance tuning also we going to do. Then how you going? They will ask in the interview how you do perform the tuning, how you optimize the query, like that question they will ask. Then who comes? DBT developer. So that is also we're going to do. So this work also we're going to like build transformations, incremental models. Okay, so incremental models, and we're going to do test. So Snowflake, when we are creating table, we going to keep constraints, right? But Snowflake not enforce all constraints. Snowflake only enforce not null constraint. Okay, so region again with same link. Okay, the menu going to end region with the same link. Clear? Region with the same link. So DBT developer, what are you going to do? You're going to build the transformations and incremental models and test content, and you're going to see what lineage. So we have lineage graph in the DBT, lineage graph in the DBT. Okay. So we're going to work with that lineage graph, lineage management. We're going to do in the what? This one. So next one, who comes next? BA developer. BA developer. What he will do? So we're going to do like using Power BI, Tableau, dashboards. You can create the dashboards, KPI definition, and you're going to the reports and visuals. Okay. So dashboards, okay. Then KPIs and definitions regarding reports and those things will done by the reporting team. The reporting team. Okay. And some visuals. So they going to order some visuals. So this is done by the BA developer. BA developer. These things. So next, what? Who goes? QA test. So like we do data validation and so like reconfiguration something like that. So this one and test cases. Okay, some test cases with the tester. Okay, so this is complete like the workflow. Then so what client provide to us? What client to paper కిందనే చూడండి. Okay. So what client provides. So what incremental provides? Explain some source, find the source databases and access and file format sample data. So business rules, validation queries, and some output, expected output. How going to get some source database access and file formats, okay, and sample data and business rules, validation queries, and accepted output. So what type of output he need, he will provide. So whatever we going to do, our team. So our team, what is going to do? So here, so we're going to handle the migration. Migration, okay. Then, so then what are you going to modeling, data modeling, star schema, snowflake schema. So data modeling, then transformations and automation and security. Okay, security and to data for the we need to secure the data right for that. So reporting. So reporting. So we going to do this team, not on this team. So as a developer, our work is like creating tables, streams, procedures, performance tuning. Okay, and not only this, Snowpipe, UDF procedures, chaining. Okay, we need to and build, incremental test, lineage management. We need to see. Okay, we need to know these things. So other things they will ask in the interview. Okay, we need to like we need to know. Okay, we need to have the knowledge. Okay, so if they given in the job description, even if you don't know, just I know. They will send you a mail, right? Job description. Even if you don't know, tell I know that how to do it. Okay, so do like that. Then be a developer. Done, right. So these things we are doing. So next where we are, this one client provide different, and we're going to do migration modeling, transformation, automation, security reporting. Okay, so listen carefully. Okay, how they will ask the question, explain about project, how you going to tell. So just listen carefully. So you can tell I worked on a healthcare data migration project. So where data was moved from Oracle and those flat files into Snowflake using cloud storage. So we follow like a layer architecture with raw staging and curated layers, and transformation were handled using DBT flowing ELT pipe principles or pipelines. Okay. Then incremental data was managed in streams, task and SC type to logic. Then security was enforced using RBAC and masking policies. So due to healthcare complaints, and finally curated data was consumed by the Power BI for the reporting. So clear? So you need to tell explanation, we need to give like that. So don't use always I'm working, I loading data, storage integration, Snowpipe. So project means you need to tell about only project, not inside the features, every feature. You're going to use some feature. After that, they will ask you that what you have done in between loading data, integration, stage, target table, copy command, how you handle error data, okay, streams, how you build tasks, etc. They will ask. So you need to always be like you need to you are working like real time, right? So you need to be clear with it, everything. Okay, so this is about the complete project flow. Okay, so what we are doing and what our team members are doing and what client doing, client doing, what the client is giving to us, what are the we're going to use. Okay, not only SQL, Snowflake, DBT, ADF, okay, and DBT S3 services. Okay, for scheduling some Airflow, there will be Airflow and Python, PyPark, automation process, and Snowflake Cortex AI, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and Python. Okay, so they're going to use, okay, everything. There are many after the work and the project, so we're going to bring the team, right? Like that. There are different. Okay. So this is the project flow. So now what we going to do? Just this is clear, right? Anybody have any doubt? Clear it, this concept? Any doubt?
During our training sessions, right, you will walk us through advanced data processing also,
Come again.
advanced data processing.
Yeah. What is your exact question? I didn't get properly.
For example, like using our Snowflake tables and handling large scale data ingestion, like
Yes,
advanced data processing. If
yes,
you
yes,
will
yes,
walk us
yes.
through
Yeah. Everything we will handle. Everything. Okay.
and optimizing the queries also, right?
Yes.
With
After
the
the
queries.
queries, everything we will going to handle. This is only project intro. We have not moved into the subject. Okay. When we go with that, when we are creating tables, loading data. So in that scenario, you will get everything.
Oh, okay, fine.
That,
Okay, this is only project. So because
yeah.
I don't have the course content, so I
Okay.
was just looking up.
Okay. No worries. So even if I provide the
Airflow also, ah,
even I will provide the content, those only something. But more than content, I will go when I'm in the class. So more than content I will go. So here this is last class only intro about Snowflake and DBT. Today class completely about so project intro what we going to do. Okay. So from then next class we going to do work how we going to do what we going to do. So what are the features, real time scenarios, so everything will cover performance tuning, query optimization. Okay, models, SQL queries, joining. What are the limitations in the joining? So everything we going to discuss. Okay. Yeah.
okay. And Airflow architecture also you will walk us like orchestration Airflow.
Partition two, like we are not discussing about that one. So that will be different team will handle. Okay. So when you enter in the project as a Snowflake developer, after that, so as per the requirement as a project, you need to learn. Okay. So that you can learn within 1 week. Okay. No need to like Airflow they will use Airflow.
Correct,
Okay.
Airflow like creation of DAX and tasks over there
A task,
in the
yes, we have task in the Snowflake. We have, sorry. Oh, you are asking what is the like how you schedule, right? So
correct.
that is in Snowflake. We have tasks. So
Okay.
the
So like there's no need of Airflow then.
there is no need. But when we are working with DBT, sometimes some process automation process when we are doing, so then we need to know about some Airflow and Python. That depends. So as of now, the developer, we are using the task. They are grand parent child task we have in the Snowflake, and DBT we have cloud scheduler.
Okay. So like can you help us in the last at last like on Airflow and Python because it will be added
Okay.
content.
Actually,
No,
I'm
just
not worked. I'm not worked with Airflow and Python, but in future I will provide. I'm working on that. So in future, I will try. If I my work when I complete the project, I will give you those also. So as of now, go with these things because of if you go with Python and Airflow, what will happen? So you can't work in real time because that is very some you have different libraries in the Python. Okay, so that different thing. So this is enough. Okay, Snowflake, DBT, S3, ADF, and SQL. So this is and go with stick with only this skill set. And if you have any
okay.
information, then stick with them. Suppose if you go with Airflow and Python, that will be different because of nowadays if you intro developer is not doing, it will done by the architect and admin. It's going to be tough. But if you go with Python Airflow, then who will comes? Who is working on with the ML, machine learning, and maybe Python team? So they will come into the panel. Then it's going to difficult to clear the entity. They will come to the
Okay.
panel. So as of my experience, okay, I'm telling you, okay, they will come to the panel. If even there is Snowflake developer, you can answer. Even if he ask about Python Airflow. But if the team comes in panel, we're going to have three, four numbers, right? So it depends. One, number two, three, four. So then Python will come. That ML and those people will come. So it's going to be difficult. Okay, stick with it. After entering the project, then you can update your skills, then you can learn. That is best way. So after entering the project, let me know. Okay, I will. It will take 1 or 2 months time to add the Airflow Python. So I will teach those also features. Okay, and even Snowflake context, AML, everything. Okay, so this is my complete work, right? Okay, so clear project intro like client admin roles developer. So this is the team, how we going to create environments, okay, layers, okay, data, what is from the data, how we going to have a business logic. Okay? So now what we're going to do, one second.
And during regular sessions, like you'll provide, I mean, you give more details on Snowflake. What's the difference between Snowflake and Snowpark? Correct?
So, sir, if you want to go with Snowflake and like Snowpark, so those are AML work. So, so it will going to be difficult to work. So in future, you can go with those skill set. In future, I mean,
Okay.
when you're in the project, learn those skills. Don't try to put in your resume now. It's going to be difficult work and
Yes.
clearing entries are required. So when you are working with Snowflake with the DBT, so in native, if you feel comfortable, then go with Python. Okay. So that is we have Snowflake Cortex AI. Those I will teach. No worries. Okay. In future, I will add. Clear, Abhi?
But you're not covering those things here in this
No, 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 not
session.
covered. That is different team will take care in real time. So that is different, completely dependent project and different team, different persons.
No, I
So
just remember like those are the advanced Snowflake concepts, right?
yes, yes, those are advanced Snowflake concept. Okay, here advanced concept we're going to discuss about dynamic table, iceberg tables. Okay, and some tagging we're going to discuss tagging. Okay, I will cover admin, architect, okay, developer, data analyst, these things as Snowflake related. So those what you are asking completely that AML team, different team will be there for that. For that, we have one concept, Snowflake Cortex AI in the Snowflake. Okay, Snowflake Cortex. So if you want to work with Snowflake Cortex AI, so then you need to know about Python, those Snowpark optimized warehouse. Okay, those things you need to know. Okay, those things. So this we going to learn in future. Okay, clear?
Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, that's so this is enough because of as a developer, even admin, though knows only what I'm teaching here. Okay, so that will completely come on the hands of different team. So who is working with like Python developer and full stack, uh, like a full stack developer, full stack Python. So those you're going to do. So they're going to learn about statistics, some mathematics, okay, then Python, then ML work, okay, different, okay. Those comes different, okay. Try to fix with the data engineering, okay. Try to work with the data. So that they're going to do automation process different team. Okay. So in future, those also I will include. Okay. So not now because I want to get those type of projects right. I need to work with them. So then I can give everything clearly. Those things. So okay. So any doubts still? Actually, we need to create the warehouse. So tomorrow we're going to do like creating Snowflake account, and then after we're going to discuss about warehouse and performance tuning and optimization and how the data will be stored in the Snowflake in the micro partition cluster key. What are the clusters? Scale up, scale down, scale out, scale in, optimization. Okay, those we're going to discuss in tomorrow class. Okay, same 8 p.m. We have class tomorrow. So 8:57. Okay, so these things. Still, if you have any doubts, you can ping me. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Can you please share the recordings for yesterday's and today's?
yeah, yesterday I uploaded to the YouTube. I will provide that. Okay,
Ah,
today. Yeah, okay, fine.
thank you.
Yeah, I will call you, Abhi.